How's it going, everybody? In this video, I'm going to go over a welder, actually a gasless welder from the company RUBIK. I think so. You think like a Rubik's Cube maybe. And this one is the MIG 135. And just to note, this is a MIG welder, which is basically flux welding, a stick welder, and a lift TIG, which my guess is 99% of the people are going to be like myself and use this as a flux core welder, where basically the wire welding, which I have used that before. I'm not claiming I'm any type of welding expert, but I definitely know what I'm doing. And looking over it here, and what's included is a 1mm roll of flex core. And I will show you inside the welder how this thing goes. The voltage on it is a 110 volts, 50 hertz. Output is 50 to 135 amps. And with a stick, it is 20 to 135 amps. How about that? No loading voltage, duty. It's a 3-in-1 function. You know what? Enough of that. Let me show you kind of what I got with it. It came in this box right here, very nicely packaged. It had the foam in it. You get one of these little brushes. This is for the stick welder. So after you weld, you scrape off the excess and then bang that off. You get this. This is for the actual stick, and I'll look and see if I still have some of those left over, and I will use this and see how that thing works. You get a little set of instructions basically on how to set it up and some general precautionary stuff, but you know what I always say about instructions? We'll figure it out. That's why I'm here. So let's throw this aside. Let me show you the welder itself. Number one, it kind of looks like a little lunchbox. Is that not like the cutest thing ever? Look at the size of this thing. It's like a little, I think the total weight on this, I think it was around about 10 pounds, maybe a little over 10 pounds, and that's without the cords. And what I've done, I've went ahead and installed the, the ground cable, which is that one right there. All you do is twist those on, and I'm not taking that off because I already have wire installed. So you want to know how I installed wire on it? Very simple. Open this up right here, lift that up, and you see how that's the flux wire. This is 1mm flux wire. All you do is take that off, line this up, unscrew this right here. I'll show you. It is unplugged, by the way. So we'll do that, and then that lifts up, and see how you line the wire up? Line that wire up, close that down, pull that, tighten that up. You can tighten that up if it gets a little, comes out a little faster, a little slower. You know what? We can control that. Lock that back into place. And it just uses a normal 110 outlet, so it will plug up. Let's put this aside over here. Make sure these are separated. And when you turn it on, it's one switch on. Doesn't get any easier than that, everybody. And as soon as you come on, it's a little bit of slow, so what it's doing, it's loading up. I don't know if you can see it there. I have it on 137. We got it on flux core. If I want to change it, I can change it to different types of settings. So I might try to use that here in a minute, but right now, let's use the flux core. And let's put it on 109. Let's try it just like that. Try not to cross our cords up. Let me go ahead and move the camera. Get over here. I have a little piece of metal right here. I did test this thing out. I'm going to show you how to do it. I always recommend getting some of these little magnets right here. It helps hold it in, but I've already tack welded it, so we're good to go. So we got that going. I have my mosquitoes going because the mosquitoes are brutal out here today. So now that this thing is heated up, let's go ahead and let's get to welding. The mask that I use, I actually recommend this mask a lot. This is the VVOR. It's an automatic dimming mask. Check that out. Very handy little mask. I like the way it has this automatic dimmer on it. You can hit that button, dim it real quick. I've got it set on different settings for the dimming. Nice little padding inside there. Put it on my head. I am good to go. And then some welding gloves. Always wear your welding gloves. So like I said, I'm not going to claim to be like this big time welder, but put the ground on right there, and we're just going to run this right down through there like this. Comes out a little quick, but check it out. Look at how well that worked. You know what? For somebody that doesn't weld very much, that seems to look pretty good right there. Let me do the other side. Y'all see that? Now just clean that up, put a little grinding on it, and I think that'll be good to go. There's the flux welding on that thing. The flux welder seems to work really well. It comes out a little fast, and I think I could turn it down just a little bit. But I think that's good right there. Let me add the stick on it, and let's try this stick welder and see how this thing works. These are the Fleetwood by the Lincoln Electric, and you know what? All you do with a stick welder, you change the setting. See how it just kind of bites down on it just like that. We want to go from flux up to MMA. Get the mask and we should be good to go. Let's see what happens. There we go. You just need to bang on it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's working fine. I think I need to move this down slightly to right there. Get a little more current in there. Oh yeah, look at that everybody. So that's using the stick welder right there. That seems to work just fine too. I think it's gonna work great. This is a great little welder for like the DIY type projects just around the house. And I think this is what 90% of the people are gonna use it for, is this flux core welding, which is what I recommend. And if you need to get more of the welding flux core, it uses a 1mm core, and that seems to work just fine on these little welders. You wanna just kind of like tinker around with the voltage here to make it a little hotter or a little less hot. But other than that, I think this thing is great for pretty much a little bit of everything. So yeah, there it is everybody. That's all I got today on the professional RUBIK. How about that? See you all in the next video.